What is going on YouTube and y'all squad? This your boy Yocrates. This your review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7, Episode 4. Gonna be very, I don't know what, this weekend, everything must have just been lackluster. I mean, like, this was one of those episodes where it's okay to watch, but it ain't really a whole lot there to review. So, just like I did with Love Marriage Huntsville, I'm gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna try to stretch it out. I don't think I can, but you never know. The Lord works miracles. So let's get into it. So we have, in essence, two parallel scenes, but I'm gonna just knock them one by one. So we have Wendy and her family there at the park. Her boys are doing sports drills. I would assume these are football drills. I mean, because they're in the grass. So I mean, there might be that, might be soccer. I don't know. Again, speculation. The lounge comes up, and Eddie wants to know why are they going down this road, especially given what they went through last year with the Home Essentials line. And one thing that I have been wondering is, with the Home Essentials line, are we in the black? Because what I think, granted, I know this is all for not necessarily a storyline, yes, but also, hey, let me put all these different, things in the pot, and let me try to make some stuff happen. Because let's be clear, a lot of Karen's businesses, she is in essence the face of, to where she gets a percentage, but she ain't got to do all the work. Somebody else is doing it, so that works to her benefit. Wendy, not so much. But I would have said, okay, well, if the essentials line, the home line, is doing what it do, then how about after you take money, reinvest it back into the company, and that's enough to go off of, then take the remainder and then use that to invest over here, rather than us having to dip back into our personal savings. I'm just saying, I don't know if Eddie talked about it. Again, I'm pretty sure this is all for the show, because Wendy said something that really made me hone in on that. But anyway, he even brings up her health, just like, have you thought about that? Because she said, because I mean, yeah, you're doing a whole lot. And this is one of those where you can't, to a certain point, you can't be a one person show. Like, you're going to have a team. And Eddie got what he has, you have what you have, you're going to have some other people. And it's kind of crazy because, trust is a hard thing, but I'm just saying. So then Wendy says she doesn't know if she wants to do this, but the opportunity presented itself and she didn't want to pass it up. So you don't know if you want to do right there. See, that line right there is just like, see, then I don't know if I should be invested in this. I really don't. Because if you don't know, then why are we here? And she rehashes the whole Ashley Dance Club TikTok party thingamajiggy, and brings up, Candace and what happened there. And Eddie is confused, just like, oh, wait, this is what's happening? They're accusing Chris, that, and in essence, Eddie was saying all of the things that Chris does, just like when Candace was talking to Eric or Eric, and telling him, like, my husband that does this and that does that and that does this. No, I'm sorry, no. She said that to Gizzard. I'm sorry, she said it to Sockneck. My husband that would do this, 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 this. This is the man that made you uncomfortable. So Eddie is kind of echoing the same thing, which in the instance like that really does speak to a person's character. Just saying. And he was like, oh, so they're coming for Chris this time. Eddie knew it, just like, well, I was last year. I guess he this year. So now we get Robin and her family. Now, again, these scenes were like right next to each other. Not next to each other, but are kind of going on at the same time. So they're doing a sack race, practicing for, her little family get together. And look, they old, we old, they out of breath. Now her son, the youngest one, goes because Robin was saying that he it was a world class athlete, and her son, the youngest one, was just like, he's a world class bench player. But the way he said bench made you think something, because I thought it too, just like, wait, what? Leave it to kids. I'm telling you, kids are who. But Robin says, she doesn't want to look like the bad guy in the whole Wendy situation, because she's like, I don't hate the kids. I just don't want to deal with her. So rather than that really be said in the moment, because I even said on the panel, like, well, one, I said, I'm not mad at none of what Robin did. Like, I agree with the sentiment. Was her doing it in front of Wendy Petty? I said, yeah, Petty. But again, I'm petty, so I can't sit here and be. It is what it is, right? But if you really cared about the kids, because I said on the panel, she could have said, you can't come, but your husband can come and bring the kids. Because you don't have an issue with Eddie. No, she wants to call Candace and have Candace, play auntie and bring Wendy's children. And I'm just like, that don't make no sense. Again, this is truly given. I'm still mad about you reading me down last season when I do what I normally do, inserting myself into Giselle's business, and I shouldn't be doing that. And now I done got my doobie wig snatched off my head, so now I'm upset. So I'm gonna bring this into this season, find a reason to be mad at you, and now I'm going to not invite you to a group filming that is not at your house but is outdoors at a park because I'm trying to ice you out. I see you. So she says she's gonna call Candace, and yeah. So she says that, and then she tells Juan about Candace and how she's reacting. Again, Juan is sensible in that instance. So is Robin. He's like, yeah, that's not cool. And I even think he said Chris should probably, say something since it's dealing with him. Robin calls Candace, and Candace agrees that she will reach out to Wendy and see if Wendy will let her, take the kids. And I want to say this before I forget, but this brings back to mind the whole Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears debacle. I ain't going all the way deep into it, but a lot of people saying they don't understand how a parent will just let their child go with someone, even a friend, especially when it's very, very shaky, and again, you don't know what anybody would do. So that made me think of that, even though I don't think Candace is going to do anything, but still, it's just. And Karen even said, because I didn't write it down, but in case I forget, Karen was even saying just in her confessional, Robert, how about you send your kids off with somebody? Now my thing is, don't tempt her. But I'm gonna let that go. So now we get Karen, because y'all know Karen ain't got a storyline in the first. At least she's trying to give us something. Okay, sock neck, tree rings ain't giving us nothing. But she calls her daughter Raven. We find out that she's now allergic to chicken. Not necessarily allergic to chicken, but chicken meat is one of those things where it's very hard for her body to digest, which means that there can cause discomfort. This, that, third. She had a test done, cool, whatever. So she's throwing out all the good chicken, and this is one of those where it's just like, you couldn't get that chicken to nobody. Okay, we wasting food. All right, praise the Lord. She tells her daughter about Ray not liking her elective surgery. So now we get Ashley with her publicist Antia. Ashley lets us know that she has a statement, prepared. Both her and Michael did, so they can put it out there. So if Michael decides that he wants to go out there and have fun, it's already out there and nobody can come at them with it. And that was a post that I didn't report on, but a lot of people did. So we found out, okay, well, this is that exact post. What the hell did I put here? Oh, and they have this statement so they can get out in front of things. And it's one of those where understandable, but it's like, get out in front of it. I mean, there's really nothing to get out in front of. You guys are getting a divorce. But I think this is more or less she knows that Michael's gonna be out here doing some careless stuff. So this is a way of protecting both of them. Whatever. Her publicist reminds her that, yeah, we can put this out, but you gotta understand the trolls gonna troll. Regardless, they gonna troll, so you need to be ready. And even tells her that y'all should probably stay home for a while. Now, I was under the assumption, hey, after we drop the statement, stay home and let this die down, but that's kind of sort of not what happened. So now we got Robin's event. Now, Mia was talking, like, had a conversation with G as they was riding by past this Mormon place, and she wanted to talk about her mama. I told y'all I'm not doing this season. So anyway, she's still not talking to Candace. Candace ain't talking to her. So we'll see what that turns into this season. She tells us in her interview, Robin is regular, we know, and says she didn't expect much from this event. Now, let's be clear. I have no issues with Robin being regular. I don't. Like, I'm a regular person, so like I don't have a problem with that. Like, whatever. But this is the second time that she, meaning Mia, has had something to say about an event that somebody has thrown. She just didn't say the word low budget. But I'm like, it's I mean, can you jazz up a outdoor, family fun day? Yeah, but this was an excuse for Robin to have something to do, something to film. This is her event for the season. Like, let's just be happy. Juan isn't there because his face is swollen following a root canal. Whatever. Jacqueline, Mia's quote unquote friend, is there with, she calls her PP, her parent and partner. And the girl saying, PP, I think about this one. It's just like, y'all are so damn immature. Like, can y'all please grow up? Seriously, like, nobody cares about what your mind first went to. And the fact that y'all minds are even going to a certain place leads me to believe you not getting set item, but that ain't my business. So we find out that Wendy declined to let her children come. And Karen says to Robin that she should have done things differently. Just like, seriously, this is what you decided to do. And Karen felt, had she not taken a sick day, that probably wouldn't have happened. It still would have happened, but whatever. So Cherie shows up, and now Karen all of a sudden has a cough, right? And then she says that it's a respiratory infection. She said she had to get her Z-Pack. I had to look up what a Z-Pack is. So it's an antibiotic. So, and my thing is this. If you have a respiratory infection and you are taking an antibiotic, now look, this is coming from somebody that has had pneumonia twice, and the first time I had it, I wasn't even properly diagnosed, and it wasn't until after I broke one rib and then fractured the second one, and it's by the time I broke one from coughing, fractured one. By the time I went in for the fracture one is when they actually figured out what it was, because they kept, diagnosing the symptoms and not actually what I was dealing with. And then I had another coughing fit, and then I fractured another rib, and then that's when they finally put me on the right stuff and got me cleared out. But in the midst of that, I got winded just walking up a flight of stairs, and I was fed. So, and it was one of those where, and I had to keep my rescue inhaler on me because, and I found out after the fact that with all that I had asthma and everything too. I say all of that to say, if this was really going on, you gonna have that with you. Also, if you know that you are having respiratory issues, you not gonna be out here overexerting yourself. Because what can happen is you can have a fit and then you can catch your breath and possibly, go on to glory. So that was one of those where I'm like, And then also, if that was the case, this is something that you probably would have told the group before you started these activities. But okay, Karen. And she leave. She wasn't trying to stay there. So the event is not organized. It is what, and this one was like, honestly, I would only care if I'm out here, I'm trying to have fun, and you don't have some designated and you just very lackadaisical about it. Like, we can have fun, but I'm one of those where there needs to be some type of structure. Some type of structure. None there whatsoever. Candace shows up. She speaks to Grace and not to Gizzard. When I tell you I hollered, again, it's the panty for me because I love it. And that was direct shade where it's like, I'm going to speak to your offspring. I'm going to speak to your daughter. I'm going to speak to this creature that you helped bring into this world. I ain't got no words for you. I hollered. And of course, Gizzard felt away. But she didn't press the issue, didn't say nothing to her. I'm pretty sure this will be handled next week, which they're going to have like a little sit down at a place or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be a to be continued to come right back the following episode. And then they resolve it. Also, we finally got the taglines this episode, even though they had already leaked online. So Ashley shows up, talks divorce, house hunting, and then she says Michael has gotten a vasectomy. He is doing the world a favor. And she says that he feels that she might be trying to get pregnant again. Now, Mia said this, I'm not saying if I agree or not, but she said, maybe Michael don't want no illegitimate children out there. I'm like, you said. They talk threesomes, and Jacqueline says, her baby daddy wanted it, and, she's asked, are you bisexual? She was like, well, I mean, I like everybody, so it's like, so are you pansexual? She doesn't really know, but it's one of those where she says she like everybody, always try to everybody. It is what it is. Why we gotta do labels? Don't really care. Candace tells Ashley that she feels that she has failed And the IVF, Ashley says no, that's not the case. She says that she done wrote her in her journal. I think she said sprinkle baby dust or some stuff on there. And Ashley, went to that whole trope of if it ain't got Jesus in it, I don't want it. Okay, all right, man. And then later, Ashley gets Ashley's in her car, and this is later that day. Her phone is going off, and some people have Google alerts set to certain things. So I'm pretty sure she was getting the Google alerts, so the news got out there that what the hell? Oh, okay. Has gotten out that she and Michael are getting a divorce. She calls Antia. Antia says she still has time to release a statement. So since it just broke today, you can still release a statement. She's just weary because she didn't want to do it without Michael. So Ashley lets us know, and even lets her know, she hasn't been able to reach Michael. He's flying. He was going, I believe he was going to Europe. I don't know. Don't really care. But he's going somewhere. So she hasn't been able to reach him, but feels that he might be avoiding her because you would have to expect you land, you turn your phone on, you get Wi-Fi and all the other stuff, and then all you start seeing is headlines, and then people recognize you from TV, and now they're coming at you crazy. So. And Antia tells her that the blogs are supporting her and bashing Michael, which more like I'm not gonna say that always happens because I mean you have some people where they just straight up be support. Y'all real. They already know. You right. So anyway, she decides that what, just go ahead and release a statement and she'll deal with Michael afterwards. Oh, I done gave y'all 16 minutes and 30 seconds. I think I did good. But that's all I got. Make sure you join us. Who? We had who? We either go be at Terrence's or Josiah's. One of the two. Y'all should already be subscribed to all of us so y'all know. But the panel tomorrow, make sure y'all there. We're gonna talk about this. And y'all know, look, we could turn lemons into lemonade. Y'all know how we do. And look, even if we ain't got much to talk about this, we're going to find something to talk about. So I will see y'all there. With that being said, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I really hope and pray that y'all have a blessed and prosperous week. I know we're moving into Monday, but it's going to be all right. I know some of y'all don't celebrate the holidays about to come tomorrow. Neither do I. But again, keep your head up. We're going right into November. We almost at the end of the year, 2023, around the corner. All right, y'all. Peace out.